Hello everyone, this is part 6 of What If Naruto and Hinata Fell in Love, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Recap. My parents never loved each other. My father forced a woman that was very beautiful to make love with him, stated Tenchi, creating an awkward silence. I'm sorry, said Nina. For what I should be, replied Tenchi. Well, it's getting late and mom and dad sound like they stopped, probably from realizing that we are still here, stated Anju, so let's go to bed. Tenchi, you can stay in the guest room, added Anju. When they went to be, Naruto and Hinata peeked out of the door to see that they went to bed. I guess we should have waited, stated Hinata, hugging her husband. Yeah, I guess so, but I couldn't resist, I love you so much, replied Naruto, hugging Hinata so her bare skin can touch his. Me too, replied Hinata. Somewhere else, unknown place. Tenchi, you think that you're helping the QBB, but you're bringing her to her doom, said a mysterious voice. Back in Connor. Our morning time, said Nina, waking up to find Kimmy staring at her. So why didn't you tell me that Tenchi is living with you? Asked Kimmy, annoyed. Oh, it was so sudden, replied Nina. So that explains why Suku is in a bad mood, stated Kimmy. Oh, he is still upset, said Nina, to find Tenchi wearing the same cloak standing on the windowsill. Tenchi, how was your night? Asked Nina. Okay, replied Tenchi, staring at Kimmy. My name is Kimmy Uchiha, said the girl in blue. My name is Tenchi Uchiha, replied the boy. Excuse, did you just say Uchiha? Choked Kimmy. Yay, cousin, replied Tenchi, enjoying her reaction. What the F? Shouted Kimmy, grabbing Tenchi's collar and dragged him back to her house, to find Sasuke walking out. Dad, don't tell me that he's my cousin, pleaded Kimmy. Cousin? Asked Sasuke. My name is Tenchi Uchiha, replied the boy. Uchiha? Who's your father? Asked Sasuke in a demanding tone. Madara Uchiha, replied the boy. What? He is still alive? Asked Sasuke. Yes, he is, replied Tenchi. Itachi, is he yes or alive? Asked Sasuke, balling up a fist. No. Itachi yes, replied Tenchi. Does Naruto know? Asked Sasuke. Yeah, he does, replied Tenchi when Nina came in. Gomen uncle, said Nina. Well, either way, Naruto, Sakura and I have a mission, so we will talk about this later, stated Sasuke, leaving. Nina-chan, sorry about this morning, said Tenchi, scratching the back of his head. It's okay, Kimmy, can I please speak with you? Asked Nina, when the two girls ran up to Kimmy's room. Do you like Tenchi? Asked Kimmy out of the blue. What? Asked Nina. Do you love him? Asked Kimmy again. No, he is more like a brother, replied Nina. Good, said Kimmy. Why did you ask? I just wanted to make sure, because that guy, there's something about him that troubles me, replied Kimmy. Plus you love Suku, added Kimmy, smirking. Nina was blushing, not knowing that three boys were listening to her. Tenchi was inches away from the door, Suku was hiding in Kimmy's room, while Naruto was standing on the side of the house. Damn, she has a first crush, thought Naruto. Now I know how Hiashi felt when he heard Hinata loved me. She already loves someone else, thought Tenchi. How can I tell her how I feel, thought Suku, blushing. Next day. Come on my mom, let's go do something together, asked Nina. Where would you like to go? Asked Hinata. Anywhere, replied Nina. Quote, sounds like fun, replied Nina. Meanwhile at the Hokage Mountain. This is the spot on where your father would embrace me and tell me that he loves me, said Hinata. When did you and dad meet? Asked Nina. Well, it all started on that one mission. I'm going to change it up a little, from Hinata's point of view, so it's going to start different. We were assigned a mission with Sakura. Of course, Sakura knew about my crush on Naruto ever since I was 7, no younger. She tried to find a way to get us together, when she pushed me in front of Naruto, causing me to faint. Ever since I was little, every time I was near Naruto I stutter, faint or blush. He of course had no idea. We were forced to share a tent, and let me tell you, the first night was impossible. When we woke up the next day, Naruto had his strong arms around me. He was a kind, handsome, brave, courageous person. When we reached the village hidden in the skies, that's where we meet Anju. She was shy at first, and when she led us to a bathhouse, she tricked us into going into a mixed baths. And let me tell you, when this pervert tried to seduce me, Naruto-kun saved me, and carried me into our room. Since we ordered a one-room place, Anju and Sakura slept in the living room and Naruto and me shared ours. When Anju tagged along with us the next day, we played around, and Naruto started showing how he would be an awesome father. And he is, interrupted Nina. Well, Anju fell asleep in between us when we sat down a park bench. The sunset was amazing. I finally told him how I felt. He said, I should have been the one to tell you that I love you. Well, Mom, it seems like you and Dad go far back, said Nina, resting her back on the cool green grass and watched the clouds go by. Hinata joined her. So how's about you, Nina? Do you have a crush on someone? Asked Hinata, giggling, watching her daughter blush. Maybe, replied Nina, closing her eyes. Who is it? Asked Hinata. Tsukyu-kun, replied Nina. Well, that reminds me something funny, said Hinata. What does it remind you of? Asked Nina. Your dad's first K, said Hinata. Weren't you his first K? Asked Nina, confused. Nope, it was Sasuke, stated Hinata. What? How? Asked Nina. When your father was 12 years old, he used to have a crush on Sakura, but she loved Sasuke. Sasuke was acting all tough, and Naruto, he jumped in front of him. When the kid behind him heard shouting, he thought it was a fight and pushed poor Naruto forward and he K Sasuke. Are you serious? Shouted Nina. Yeah, replied Hinata. Because something like that happened to me, and it was with Tsukyu, stated Nina, blushing. So you already shared your first K? Asked Hinata. Hi, but it was only by accident, replied Nina. Kimi had pushed him forward and bam, we K. No romance, in other words, said Hinata. Hi, replied Nina. Well, how's about we go get some ramen, stated Hinata. Someone was watching them and he was someone from the past. Recap. Because something like that happened to me, and it was with Tsukyu, stated Nina, blushing. So you already shared your first K? Asked Hinata. Hi, but it was only by accident, replied Nina. Kimi had pushed him forward and bam, we K. No romance, in other words, said Hinata. Hi, replied Nina. Well, how's about we go get some ramen, stated Hinata. Someone was watching them and he was someone from the past. Meanwhile, hey Tenchi, shouted Kimi, waving her hand in the air. Hi, replied the boy. I've got a few questions to ask you, stated Kimi. As I, added Tsukyu. Of course, ask away, replied Tenchi. Okay, for starters, where is your father? Asked Kimi. Everywhere, replied Tenchi. What do you mean? Asked Tsukyu, confused. He could be listening to us right now, stated Tenchi. Nani, shouted Kimi. Hi, replied Tenchi, bowing his head. Does he have any alliances? Asked Tsukyu. Hi, replied the Uchiha. Who? Asked Kimi. A man that goes by the name of Ren. He,s not too long ago, about 12 years ago, responded Tenchi. Ren. Who is Ren? Asked Kimi, puzzled. I don't know, but somehow he wants to K Naruto and Nina, but for Hinata he has a few things in store that are too adult for me to explain, explained Tenchi. So Hinata and Nina are in danger, we have to go find them, stated Kimi. Let's go, shouted Tsukyu. Back to ramen place. Arigato, said Hinata and Nina, waving off to the ramen shop owner and his daughter. Hinata stopped on her tracks when they walked past the ramen shop. Show yourself, shouted Hinata. Ha, shouted Nina, confused when the leaves from the tree soon twirled around them. Genjutsu, stated Hinata. She grabbed Nina and helped her tight as shurikens were aimed for Nina. They all hit Hinata hard on the back. Mom, shouted Nina as she watched B drip on her cheeks. Nina, run, said Hinata, tearing. No, I won't leave you, replied Nina, crying. Isn't that sweet, chuckled the attacker, Beauty and the child of the beast. Ren, growled Hinata, taking out the weapons from her back and healing herself. Ren, who's Ren? Asked Nina, standing up. It's a long story, replied Hinata. Come on Hina-chan, why don't you tell her of our relationship, stated Ren, chuckling. Relationship? What did he mean by relationship? Asked Nina, confused. Don't listen to him, said Hinata, he is lying to you, He was married to my aunt who was named Hina. That crazy old sack of bags thinks that I am Hina, added Hinata. It's not true, that was my aunt, shouted Hinata, running after Ren when he did some quick hand signs. Summon of the Spritz, shouted Ren. SB emerged from the ground in their tombstones. Two women grabbed Hinata's arms. As the moonlight reflected on their faces, Hinata saw that they were young. They were clothes that only priestess would wear. Nina, run, shouted Hinata, but it was too late. Old ninjas that looked ancient grabbed Nina. Hey, now I got you, my little flower, stated Ren as he cupped Hinata's chin. She spat in his face. Let go of Nina, demanded Hinata. I'm sorry, my dear, but my boss wants Nina and Naruto, replied Ren. Why? Asked Hinata, glaring at Ren. Because he brought me back to life and gave me these powers, replied Ren. Leave my family alone, shouted Hinata, activating her Byakugan. She did gentle fist on the Spritz and they let go. She ran towards the ninjas holding Nina down, and attacked them with full force. They let go and disappeared. Nina summoned a few foxes. Summoning jutsu, shouted Nina. Scar appeared, along with a few others. What's going on? Asked Scar. Attack of the S. This man Ren is out to get us. We have to lead him to another battle place, replied Nina, taking out some weapons. Nina, you know what to do, shouted Hinata. Both of the Uzumakis ran up to a tree along with the foxes. Where are we going? Asked Nina. To your father, he should be near the gates of Konoha, said Hinata. At the gates. Man, what a day, said Naruto, yawning, when he saw Kimi, Tsukyu and Tenchi run towards them. Kimi, Tsukyu, what are you doing here? Asked Sakura. Where's Nina and Hinata? Asked Naruto, worried. I am afraid that they might be in danger. Do you anyone by the name of Ren? Asked Tenchi. Ren. I thought he was S, stated Sakura. Mom, you guys know him? Asked Kimi. Long story short, that crackhead is dangerous and we need to find Hinata and Nina, replied Naruto when he saw Hinata and Nina running towards them. But behind them was a whole army of S people. Hinata-chan, shouted Naruto when she ran into his arms along with Nina. Dad, we need your help, said Nina when Scar stood by her side. Lady Nina, we need your guidance, said Scar. So Ren's behind this, said Naruto. I don't know how he came back, but his back, stated Hinata. Did he hurt you? Asked Naruto, his eyes starting to change into red eyes. He did, replied Nina for her mom. That bastard is Gana S for the second time, shouted Naruto, tightening his headband. Well, if it isn't Naruto, chuckled Ren, walking through the group of S people. Ren, I thought we KU 12 years ago, shouted Naruto, his hands changed into claws. Well, guess who's back, replied Ren. Itachi, mumbled Sasuke as he saw his older brother in front of the army. Orochimaru, and all of the Akatsuki are back, said Sakura in horror as she saw all of those who they K back. We need backup, said Nina. Rosie, go tell Anju, Kakashi, and Chuin about the attack and hurry, added Nina. Hi, replied the pink and silvered fox. Well, hold 'em off, said Kimi. As everyone charged for the army, a huge red toad appeared before the very eyes. Boss, I'm gonna need your help, said Naruto, standing on the huge toad. Our kid, I'm getting too old for this, said the giant toad. Scar, let's go fight, said Nina when Luna stopped her. She came out of her body. Nina, this jutsu is only working because of the full moon, stated Luna. Then what am I supposed to do? Asked Nina. Somehow block the moonlight or trap Ren in a genjutsu and that can call off the jutsu, explained Luna. That's going to be a little hard, said Nina. If you guys work together you'll do it, said Luna. Nina started to change. Her long blonde hair was getting spikier. Her eyes changed to look just like Naruto's and she also got claws and a tail came out. Red chakra surrounded her. Go get them, said Luna. Nina and Scar ran at the same speed those in their way along with Tsukyu and Kimi who had just gotten their Sharingan. Cool, I can see their chakra, stated Kimi, jumping up in the air and landing on one of Yu's shoulder. I'm surprised that they even have chakra, stated Tsukyu. Son, it's time for you to fight, stated Madara Uchiha as he appeared behind Tenchi's back. No one noticed as they charged for the enemy. Sakura punched one of the soldiers into a line full of them. They all disappeared. Sasuke used his lightning blade and hit about 100 of them. But as they disappeared, more appeared. Damn it, cursed Sasuke. Sasuke-kun, what are we supposed to do? asked Sakura. Punched another dozen onto the ground. I don't know, replied Sasuke when he was face to face with Itachi. Foolish little brother, said the Genjutsu master. Older brother, cursed Sasuke. Recap. I'm surprised that they even have chakra, stated Tsukyu. Son, it's time for you to fight, stated Madara Uchiha as he appeared behind Tenchi's back. No one noticed as they charged for the enemy. Sakura punched one of the soldiers into a line full of them, they all disappeared. Sasuke used his lightning blade and hit about 100 of them. But as they disappeared, more appeared. Damn it, cursed Sasuke. Sasuke-kun, what are we supposed to do? Asked Sakura. Punched another dozen onto the ground. I don't know, replied Sasuke when he was face to face with Itachi. Foolish little brother, said the Genjutsu master. Older brother, cursed Sasuke. Nina, what are we supposed to do? Asked Kimi. We need to either block the moonlight or trap Ren in a Genjutsu, replied Nina. Nina, you look different after this, you have a lot to explain, said Kimi, charging for some ninjas. When a man with pale skin and long black hair appeared in front of her, she noticed that he looked like a snake and his tongue was freaking long. So you're Sasuke-kun's child, said the pale man. Who are you? Asked Kimi. Orochimaru, replied the white snake, and I want your eyes, added the man, charging for Kimi. She added chakra to her feet and jumped up higher than before. You F-head, shouted Kimi, I just got my Sharingan and I am not giving him up, added the young girl, landing on the top of a tree. Tsukyu attacked Orochimaru from behind right on the heart, then his head off. But he came back to life. What the F is going here? Asked Tsukyu, backing off. Back up is here, shouted Sakura. Mom, who are these people? Asked Kimi, jumping down near her mother. I don't know, but they once already, replied Sakura. Kimi, Tsukyu, I have a plan, shouted Nina, but I'm gonna need your help. Hi, shouted Kimi and Tsukyu, running towards the young Uzumaki. If we work together we can attack Ren, said Nina, but we need a distraction, added the blonde. Distraction, I got that covered, said Kimi. Here, take him, replied Nina, summoning another fox. Regardless of his size, Chaba is very useful, take care of him. Don't worry, we won't, silly, replied Kimi. Okay Chaba-kun, let's kick some A. Hi, replied the little fox. Kimi, try to make all of the zombies run towards your direction, and if any allies come by, tell them of the plan and tell them to help you out, said Nina. Hi. Oh, and if we don't make it alive, I just want Tsukyu to know that Nina has a huge crush on you and Tsukyu feels the same way, shouted Kimi, running towards the middle of the zombies. Kimi, shouted Nina, blushing though it was hard to see through all of the red chakra. Let's go Nina, said Tsukyu, blushing as well. They saw Naruto fighting off some rows of the S. When he saw another man with blonde spiky hair holding a strange knife. It was the fourth Hokage himself, standing in front of Naruto. Naruto froze as he watched his father run towards his and was about to K him. Naruto pushed him away. Even if you are my father, I will not be K, shouted Naruto. He was evenly matched up to the fourth Hokage. Mom? Asked Hinata as she walked up to a familiar woman with blue hair. My child, replied the woman. She ran up to Hinata and was about to K her. Shadow possession jutsu, said Shikamaru. He then choked the woman with a shadow hand. Arigato Shikamaru, stuttered Hinata, trying to get over seeing her mother for the second time. Don't give up, replied the young Nara. Don't you have a daughter and a husband, and I believe another baby is coming up. Huh, how did you know? Asked Hinata. Does Naruto know? Asked Shikamaru. No, replied Hinata. You better go find shelter so you can protect that child, said Shikamaru. Anju just ran up to Hinata. Uzumaki, Anju, take Hinata to the hospital, commanded Shikamaru. Huh, Mom, did something happen? Asked Anju. I'm pregnant, replied Hinata, placing her hand on her stomach. Another kid? Well, I better take you to the hospital, said Anju, picking up her mom and carried her on her back. Chuan-sama will go take Mom to the hospital, but I'll come back, said Anju, facing the fifth Hokage. Don't worry, protect the hospital while we take care of 'em out here, said Chuan, and take Sakura with you, they might need some medical ninjas in the hospital, added the Hokage. Meanwhile, Nina, what are we going to do? Asked Scar. I'm going to hold to you and I want you run as fast as you can, and then I'll jump up and hopefully end this with Tsukyu's help. Tsukyu-kun, I'm gonna need you to hold on to me, and when I jump we both are going to attack Ren team, said Nina. Nina-chan, I'm so sorry for what my father is doing, said Tenchi appearing behind her. Tenchi, what are you doing here? Asked Nina. My father wants me to bring you to him, replied Tenchi, lowering his gaze to the ground. Don't go, Nina, it's a trap, said Sukyu, looking at the two. I'll go, and I want you, Sukyu, to finish this, stated Nina. Nina, you can't. No, I have to go, replied Nina. Please don't forget, if anything happens I will always love you, added the young Uzumaki. I love you too, replied Sukyu when they let go Nina, and Tenchi disappeared. Kid, don't underestimate my master. She may look weak, but there is a lot more to her than meets the eye, so let's finish this so we can help, said Scar. Hi, replied Sukyu. Meanwhile, well, Nina-chan, you're Naruto's daughter, you're quite developed for your age, said the leader. Father, I did as you were told, and now you were going to call of the army, said Tenchi. You're too kind, let Connor suffer for all what they have done, said Madara. But you said if I bring Nina-chan you would call of the army, argued Tenchi, raising his voice. Shut the F up, you worthless piece of S, shouted Madara, punching his son so hard that he landed on the wall. Tenchi, are you okay? Asked Nina, running towards him. She tried to heal him. Don't worry about him, but worry about your mother and father, said the leader, chuckling. What the hell is your problem? Asked Nina, standing up. Red chakra started whooshing out. I'm gonna make you pay for all that you have done, added Nina, glaring at the man. Oh, I'm so scared, replied Madara Uchiha, laughing. I guess you don't love your family, cause they are about to added the Uchiha. What's your problem? Asked Nina. My problem is you, replied Uchiha. You are happy with a family, and because of your damn father he came me, and now I want to kill him. Kuso, mumbled Nina, you summoned the nine-tailed fox, and when its power was used against you were shouted Nina. You know, Nina-chan, you are just like me, replied the older man. No, I am not, mumbled Nina. What was that? I couldn't quite catch that, replied Madara. I said no, I am not, shouted Nina, running towards him when he placed a paper on her forehead which drained away all of her chakra, and she couldn't use Luna's chakra. She landed on the floor. She just passed out. You demons are all the same, you can't control power, and now look at you, you worthless piece of trash, said the Uchiha, kicking Nina. She grabbed his foot and forced him down on the floor. This far from over, stated Nina, coughing up some B. She formed some hand seals. Kage Bushin no Jutsu, shouted Nina. The room was packed with her clones. They all charged for the man. He tried to dodge her moves, but as her anger raised, her strength doubled. She added chakra to her fight, gaining some speed, and she kicked out of the room. You little bee, cursed the leader, whopping of some bee from his mouth. Recap. This far from over, stated Nina, coughing up some B. She formed some hand seals. Kage Bushin no Jutsu, shouted Nina. The room was packed with her clones. They all charged for the man. He tried to dodge her moves, but as her anger raised, her strength doubled. She added chakra to her fight, gaining some speed, and she kicked out of the room. You little bee, cursed the leader, whopping of some bee from his mouth. A cloud that just passed by covered the moon, and all of the zombies disappeared. What's going on? Asked Naruto when he looked around to try to find his family. He couldn't find Hinata nor Nina. Chuan ran up to Naruto. Hey Naruto, don't worry about Hinata, she went to the hospital. I believe she has something to tell you, said Chuan. As for Nina, she went after the guy. Kuso, cursed Naruto, is Anju with Hinata-chan? Asked Naruto. Hi, replied the Hokage. I'll go find Nina, stated Naruto. Try to hold him off. I got your back, said Chuan, just be careful. Of course, stated Naruto, giving her his famous fox grin just like his father. Meanwhile, where's the brat? Asked Ren, being guarded by a row of zombies. Her name is Nina and she is not a brat, shouted Sukyu. I don't like you, old man, so you're gonna Good luck with that. The only way to K me is to K my master, explained Ren, laughing manically. You bastard, cursed Sukyu, activating his Sharingan. Prepare to Nina versus Madara Uchiha. Give it up, little girl. I will not give up, said Nina, coughing. She grabbed the Uchiha's arm and she took her free hand. It was a claw and she scratched his face. You fox, shouted Madara Uchiha, covering up his face and trying to stop the bee from rushing. You can call me whatever the hell you want to, but you can't take away my will to defend the innocent, shouted Nina. I'll teach you to mess with me, said Madara. He trapped Nina in a genjutsu. Then he summoned up a crystal container. It was unbreakable, it forced her to fall asleep. Damn Fox brought up a strong fight, but she is only bait. Tenchi, watch her and don't think about freeing her, I can only break it, said Madara, covering up his face with a mask. Hi father, replied Tenchi, with the tone of anger and sorrow mixed. When Madara left the room, Tenchi studied the crystal and saw her sleeping. He threw a shuriken at the window when Naruto caught it. Tenchi, what happened to my daughter? Asked Naruto, pissed. Quote, comma, dot, quote. Well, answer me, shouted Naruto, outraged. My father, he trapped her in this thing, replied Tenchi, touching the crystal. Is there any one way to get her out? Asked Naruto. Only my father can let her out, replied Tenchi, who at that moment felt like it was all his fault. Well, get her out, but I need your help, stated Naruto, tightening his headband. Of course, replied Tenchi, looking up to Naruto. Meanwhile, with Ren. All I want is Hinata-chan, whined Ren. She isn't yours, she belongs to Naruto-san, shouted Tsukyu. Gokakyu no Jutsu, Fireball Jutsu. A huge fireball hits Ren but was blocked by a zombie. Face it, kid, I will not S again, stated Ren. I will not give up, shouted Tsukyu, aiming at Ren with his demon wind shuriken. It went through 6 zombies and hit Ren on his legs, so it was hard for him to run. Kuso, damn you kid, shouted Ren, disappearing as the sun started to rise. It's over for now, mumbled Tsukyu. Something happened to my young master, she isn't fighting and she isn't moving, I can sense it, stated Scar, disappearing in puff of smoke. Nina, I'm coming, thought Tsukyu. He started to feel dizzy and fainted. A few hours later. Where am I? Asked Tsukyu, sitting up. He was clearly in the hospital. Tsukyu, Ni-chan, you're okay, said Kimi, relief she only had on a few bandages. Kimi, where's Nina? Asked Tsukyu. Oh, she isn't here, replied Kimi, looking down. Where is she? Asked Tsukyu. You can't see her, replied Kimi, tears rolling down her pale cheek. Why, you're in no condition to leave, replied Kimi, wiping away the tears. Damn it, where is she? Asked Tsukyu, losing his patience. Calm down, son, she is with her family, replied Sasuke, entering the room, but let's just say she isn't herself. What do you mean? Asked Tsukyu. A few explanations later. She's what? Shouted Tsukyu, jumping out of the window. Dad, you knew he was going to jump out of the window, stated Kimi, rubbing her head from the headache. I knew that, replied Sasuke, smirking. At the Uzumaki's place. Nina, my little girl, said Hinata, crying. I'll find a way, stated Naruto, hugging his wife. When Tsukyu barged in. Tsukyu, relax, she is okay, stated Anju, explaining to Tsukyu. Where is she? Asked Tsukyu. In the living room, explained Anju. When Tsukyu ran, he saw a giant crystal and Nina inside. She looked like a statue. Tsukyu, are you okay? Asked Naruto. Hi, replied Tsukyu, walking up to the crystal. Tsukyu, you were fighting Ren, right? Asked Hinata. Yes, replied Tsukyu, he really wants you, added the young Uchiha. I'll kill him and Madara, mumbled Naruto. Isn't this in the scroll of sealing? Asked Tsukyu with hope. If it is, only Bar-chan can read it, but we have to do it before nightfall, replied Naruto. I'll go, stated Tsukyu. Arigato Tsukyu, said Hinata, hugging the young boy. At the Hokage office. Knock, knock. Enter, said Chuand. Lady Chuand, I was wondering if you can check the scroll of sealing and check to see if the crystal can be undone. Asked Tsukyu. You think it might be there? Asked Chuand, looking at the young boy and love in his eyes. Well, Warrior standing there for let's go, smirked Chuand. Hi, stuttered Tsukyu. To the scroll of sealing. The fourth Hokage really worked on this stuff? Asked Tsukyu, studying the huge scroll. Hi, he used it to seal the 9-tailed fox, replied Chuand, opening it up. This is a lot of research, stated Tsukyu. You'll be the one to do the research, but make sure that it's not stolen, explained Chuand, heading for the door. Hi, replied Tsukyu, looking over the scroll. A few hours later. That's it, the crystal sealing, shouted Tsukyu. Oh no, I have to report this. Sunset. Tsukyu, are you sure? Asked Chuand, receiving the information. Let's go before the army arrives. Moments later. Naruto, we have the solution. I can free her. Shouted Tsukyu. What? Asked Naruto, shocked. But we have to hurry. There's two choices, we either do it manually or kill the one who placed her in the crystal. Explained Tsukyu. Tsukyu, do you know what to do? asked Naruto. Of course, replied the young Uchiha. Well, hold of the zombies and you free her, said Naruto when he saw Hinata walk in. She was smiling. I'll free her, don't worry, explained Suki, taking out a few empty scrolls and writing down some symbols. His hand glowed a darker green mixed with dark red. He sealed her tight, mumbled Suki. He touched the crystal. I'll free you. Suki, please try your best, cheered Hinata sitting beside him while they heard clashes of weapons hitting each other. A zombie came in and Kimi kicked him down. Don't worry, Ni-chan, I'll fight him off too, said the young Kanoiki. Right, said Suki, trying again. It's foolish, you know, my curse is stronger, said Madara sitting on the couch. Leave him alone, shouted Hinata running after him. You sure you wanna try that? I mean, you're pregnant again, aren't you? Asked Madara Uchiha, raising an eyebrow. He dodged Anju's chakra arrow. Mom, stay here with Sukyukun, I will fight of this piece of trash, said Anju, kicking the Uchiha out of the house. Recap. It's foolish, you know, my curse is stronger, said Madara sitting on the couch. Leave him alone, shouted Hinata running after him. You sure you wanna try that? I mean, you're pregnant again, aren't you? Asked Madara Uchiha, raising an eyebrow. He dodged Anju's chakra arrow. Mom, stay here with Sukyukun, I will fight of this piece of trash, said Anju, kicking the Uchiha out of the house. Suki, are you almost done? Asked Hinata. Hi, just a little bite longer, said Suki. When he saw the crystal shatter, she came out and Suki caught her. Suki, you did it, said Hinata, watching the young boy hold Nina closely. She started to wake up and saw the boy that was holding her. She pushed him off of her. Who are you? Asked Nina. Who am I? What, you don't remember who you are? Asked Suki when Madara Uchiha came in holding Anju in his hand. Child, these people are evil, don't listen to them, stated the Uchiha. Who are you? Asked Nina. Your guardian, your real mother and father passed away years ago, said Madara. Nina, don't listen to him, he caught you in the crystal, you have to believe me, explained Suki. He was hurt not physically but emotionally. Madara kicked Suki to the side and grabbed Nina's arm. You're coming with me, said the Uchiha. Let go of my daughter, shouted Naruto. His eyes changed, they were red and his whiskers were bolder and more noticeable. Daughter? Asked Nina. She saw a piece of crystal on the ground and saw how she looked like the man in front of her and the woman that was on the floor. She bit the leader on the hand and ran to Suki. He embraced her in a hug and said, don't you ever scare me like that. Quote. Meanwhile, Sukyukun, I just remembered something, and it was you and me and how we told each other that we love each other, said Nina. Do you love me? Asked Nina. Of course, Uzumaki Nina, I love you so much. Nina, does that prove to you that I love you? Stated Suki, looking down at Nina's eyes. Hi. And I love you too, Sukyukun. Why don't I take you to the ramen shop? Well, if you want to, said Suki, scratching the back of his head. Are you asking me out on a date? Asked Nina. Well, if you want to, replied Suki, blushing. Of course, Sukyukun, said Nina, hugging the Uchiha. They didn't realize that Tenchi was behind a tree watching their love scene. Damn it, Suki, you got to her first, then I did, thought Tenchi. At the date. So what will it be? Asked the old man. What do you want, Nina-chan? Asked Suki. Miso ramen, said Nina. Then two miso ramen, said Suki. Coming up, said the old man. Anno, Sukyukun, do you have any idea of how to get my memories back? Asked Nina, biting her lower lip. Here you go, 2 miso ramens. Arigato, said the two young ninjas. I was planning on undoing the seal, stated Suki. How exactly? Asked Nina. I don't know, but I promise you that I will find your memories and bring you back to normal, said Suki. Arigato, said Nina, giving his reaction was turning completely red. Sure, and no problem. After the meal. Oh, I forgot, I am supposed to tell Chuen-sama that I freed you from the crystal, said Suki, taking Nina's hand and running towards the Hokage office. When they arrived, they saw Chuen drooling and sleeping on a whole pile of paper. Chuen-sama, said Nina, poking the Hokage. Hey Baa-chan, shouted Naruto, entering the room, and he was greeted with a punch, and he successfully stopped the punch in thin air. Getting better, I see, smirked Chuen. Thank you, said Naruto when he walked up to his daughter and gave her a hug. Sukyukun, is this my father? Asked Nina. Hi Nina-chan, replied Suki. Nina, don't tell me you lost your memories. Asked Naruto. She didn't loose them, they were sealed away, explained Tsukyu. Madara seemed to have sealed them away along with Luna. That bastard, cursed Naruto. I'll bring back her memories, said Tsukyu, it's my promise of a lifetime. You're a good kid, stated Naruto, patting the boy on the head, and then he bent down to Tsukyu's ear and whispered, but you better make sure she is still a virgin, got that? Of course, replied Tsukyu, blushing. Well, Nina, you've been out long enough, your mom's waiting home and she made some of her best chicken ramen, said Naruto, lifting up his daughter on his shoulder. And just like the yellow flash, he made it home in a blink of an eye. So Tsukyu, do you have any idea on how to remove the seal? Asked Chuand. I was hoping at looking at the scroll just one more time, replied Tsukyu. All right, and you know, for a kid I see that you are going to be a sealing specialist, said Chuand. Arigato Chuand-sama, that is my dream, I want to be the best that I can be, said Tsukyu. And you will, smirked Chuand, leading the boy to the scroll of sealing. Recap. I'll bring back her memories, said Tsukyu, it's my promise of a lifetime. You're a good kid, stated Naruto, patting the boy on the head, and then he bent down to Tsukyu's ear and whispered, but you better make sure she is still a virgin, got that? Of course, replied Tsukyu, blushing. Well, Nina, you've been out long enough, your mom's waiting home and she made some of her best chicken ramen, said Naruto, lifting up his daughter on his shoulder. And just like the yellow flash, he made it home in a blink of an eye. So Tsukyu, do you have any idea on how to remove the seal? Asked Chuand. I was hoping at looking at the scroll just one more time, replied Tsukyu. All right, and you know, for a kid I see that you are going to be a sealing specialist, said Chuand. Arigato Chuand-sama, that is my dream, I want to be the best that I can be, said Tsukyu. And you will, smirked Chuand, leading the boy to the scroll of sealing. Night time. It seems like Madara and his army isn't going to attack tonight, announced an Anbu to the Hokage. Hi, replied Chuand, watching the Anbu disappear into a puff of smoke. At the Uzumaki's place. So Nina, do you remember any of us? Asked Kimi. No, replied the young blonde. Don't worry, Tsukune-chan will help you out, said Kimi. Hey, I have an idea, let's go pick him up, it's pretty late, added Kimi. Hi, replied Nina, excited. So from that little excitement in your tone, you two are going out, huh? Asked Kimi, smirking at her friend. Yeah, we are going out, replied Nina, blushing. Well, come on, let's go, stated Kimi, getting up and putting her shoes on, waiting for Nina to follow. Hey, where are you two going? Asked Naruto, tired from the missions. To go pick up Tsukune-chan, replied Kimi, and Nina is going to accompany me, added the Uchiha. Well, don't take long, said Naruto, removing his shoes and resting on the couch. Hi Naruto, replied Kimi, taking her best friend's hand and jumping up on the roof and leaping from tree to tree. Kids these days, said Naruto, closing his eyes. When he reopened them, he saw his wife. Oops, sorry, I hope we are not interrupting anything, said Sasuke. Hi, said Sakura, walking beside him. Naruto sat on the couch and Hinata next to them. Somewhere else. Tenchi, you failed me, your job was to make sure that no one touched that crystal, and that brat broke my crystal ceiling, said Madara Uchiha with anger but control in his tone. Gomen, father, said Tenchi, lowering his gaze to the ground. Well, don't worry, because I'll make sure that next time you won't fail me, stated the boss. Ren, get your in here, shouted the leader. Hi, said Ren. Tenchi, you are dismissed, said the Uchiha leader at his son. Hi, good night, said Tenchi, leaving. Ren, I want you to keep a good eye on Tenchi, I fear that if keeps on helping them they will take us down, stated the leader. Make sure that he doesn't fail in bring the Uzumaki kid here, got it? Added Madara with anger in the tone of his voice. Hi, said Ren, I will not fail you. Good, with Team 7. Sup big brother, shouted Kimi, watching her brother gaze up at the sky. Damn Kimi, do you have to be so loud, complained Tsukyu. Gomen, oh look who I brought with me, Nina, said Kimi, pulling Nina's arm. Hey, said Tsukyu as she embraced him in a hug. Hey Kana, you have to see this, shouted Kimi, who noticed the Nara walking by. All they are so cute together, said Kana. Hey Nina, that's Kana Nara, I don't know if your memories are kicking in, said Kimi. What do you mean? Asked the female Nara. She lost her memories, so Tsukyu here is going to help her bring them back, explained Kimi. So are they going out? Asked Kana, watching the couple blush. I'll take that as a yes. So Kana, what are you doing out here? Asked Tsukyu, holding Nina's hand. Oh, I was going to go find Naku, replied the Nara when they saw a kid jump down. This is Naku Nara, stated Kimi, watching the boy stare at them with confusion. Hey, I thought you all knew who I was, said the young male Nara. Nina here lost her memories, so we are trying to get them back, explained Kimi. Well, we should head for home, said Kana, taking her brother's arm and waving goodbye. When the two Nara siblings disappeared, Sukyu watched Nina stare at the spot where the two Naras were standing. Hey, what's on your mind? Asked Sukyu when he saw her stare right at him as soon as he spoke. She looked sad and confused. Hey, don't worry, I will find a way to get your memories back, stated Sukyu. Kimi walked on ahead. Hey, I'll see you guys later, said the little Uchiha. Alright, replied Sukyu. Sukyu-kun, who exactly are the enemies? Asked Nina. Well, the enemies are those who are allied with Ren, explained Sukyu. This name I kind of heard of, his name is Tenchi. Who is he? Asked Nina. The son of Madara Uchiha, but what I don't understand is on whose side he is on, replied Sukyu. What do you mean? Asked the young Uzumaki. What I mean is that even though he is the son of the evil man who wants to harm you, he cares about us, explained Sukyu. You know, it's getting late, why don't I take you home? Added the young Uchiha, scooping up Nina up her feet, and he carried her bridal style. Sukyu-kun, shouted the whole crowd of fangirls. Who are all of them? Asked Nina. Fangirls, they're like freaking stalkers, replied Sukyu. When one girl had the guts to speak with him, why Sukyu-kun, why Nina Uzumaki? Asked the pigtailed girl. Sukyu held on tight to Nina and she held on tightly to him. Why? Because it's none of your concern, replied Sukyu coldly, and don't you dare touch her, got it? Added the Uchiha. Hi, replied the now scared fangirl, who then hugged his leg and other girls ran in. He tried to shake him off. He managed to free himself, so he added chakra to his feet and jumped up so high that they couldn't reach. He kept on jumping when he saw an army of girls follow them. Sukyu-kun, let's go hide, said Nina, pointing to the top of the Hokage mountain. There was a cave near there. When he reached up there, he transformed into Naruto and Nina transformed into Hinata. Perfect, said Sukyu. Hi, said Nina, blushing lightly. She was just like her mom, gentle, and she is like her father, who will never give up. So for a while we are a married couple, stated Sukyu. Nope, they aren't here, it's Nina's parents, shouted the girl. When all of the girls were gone, they stayed as Naruto and Hinata and walked all the way up to Nina's home. They changed back and saw Sasuke and Sakura there as well. Oh, here they are, said Sakura, noticing her son and his girlfriend. Are you two okay? You're sweating. Were you running from someone? Asked Hinata, concerned. 2 words, fan, girls, said Sukyu. Oh, I remember them, they were like leeches, they were all over the place, said Sasuke. And they hit hard. I remembered when we started off as Gen and Sasuke's fangirls give me a beaten, stated Naruto. Why? Asked Nina. I'd rather not talk about it, replied Naruto, sinking in the couch. Hinata started giggling along with Sakura. Hey Sukyu, where's Kimi? Asked Sakura. She said that she was going to meet us up back home, replied Sukyu. I'll go see if she is back, said Nina. I'll go with you, stated Sukyu. They 4 parents watched the 2 lovebirds walk outside. As soon as they stepped foot outside, the world froze except them. What's going on? Everything is grey and still, said Nina. I don't know, but stay close to me, said Sukyu when they saw Tenchi appeared in front of them. Isn't it a beautiful night? Stated Tenchi when he held Kimi in his arms. She was asleep. Kimi, shouted Nina. What did you do to her? Asked Sukyu, glaring at his cousin. He watched Tenchi stroke Kimi's hair, and look at her. Don't worry, she is okay. Ren was going to seduce her, so I rescued her, explained Tenchi, when he saw Kimi open up her eyes. Huh, where am I? Asked Kimi in a soft tone. You're safe, replied Tenchi, your brother and friend are here to bring you home, added the Uchiha. One-chan and Nina-chan are here, said Kimi, falling back to sleep. Tenchi walked up to Sukyu and gave him his little sister. Then he turned to Nina, who was looking at him with fear and bravery in her eyes. Nina-chan, please watch out, my father is out to get you, said Tenchi, embracing her in a hug. Nina was shocked to find him hugging her. She even started to blush. But she pushed him aside. Sukyu was a little jealous and glared at Tenchi. Hey Sukyu, protect her, I might have lost her to you, but I will still, said Tenchi, disappearing, and the world was back to normal. What did he mean by that last part? Muttered Sukyu. Kimi, wake up, said Nina, shaking her when she saw Kimi open up her eyes. Huh? Nina, what's going on? Asked Kimi, half asleep. Kimi, are you okay? Asked Nina, tears forming in her eyes. Huh? What's this? Why are you crying? Asked Kimi, sitting up. No, it's nothing, replied Nina, hugging Kimi. Kimi returned the embrace even though she was confused. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.